Hello everyone, my name is Gianna Stevens and this is my presentation for EDU 280 on the water cycle. Now, before I begin this presentation, I would like to go over the learning objectives. However, everyone should keep in mind that when I am saying these objectives, I'm reading them from a student's perspective. So, going off of that, the first step is I will be able to recognize the four main aspects of the water cycle. The second step, or the learning objective, is I will be able to understand and review the different steps of the water cycle. The third is I will be able to comprehend the four stages of the water cycle by utilizing various resources. And the fourth is I will be able to compare and contrast the steps of the water cycle. Now, we can finally start talking about the different steps of the water cycle. The first would be evaporation. But how exactly does the sun play a role in the water cycle? The sun's energy helps to warm the surface of the earth, which then results in the rise of temperatures in various bodies of waters. The bodies of waters that can be warmed include lakes, oceans, and streams, and other forms as well. Throughout the process of warming the water's temperature, some of the water will become vapor through the process of evaporation. Continuing off of that, this is the second step, condensation. But where does the water go exactly? After the water is turned into vapor through evaporation, the water then rises to the atmosphere. Following the water moving into the sky, the water will transform into clouds through an action called condensation. Furthermore, step 3, precipitation. But what happens after condensation? After the water is transformed into clouds, there's an added weight because the water has gone through the process of condensation. Because of this, the water must be returned to the earth through different forms, including rain, hail, or snow. Also, take a look and recognize how the water is falling from the cloud onto the mountain in the graphic. Finally, step 4, collection. Where will the water fall to though? There are a variety of places that the fallen water will be collected. These places include oceans, streams, river, deltas, lakes. But the water that is collected in these areas is called surface runoff. Following all of these steps, the cycle and processes will repeat, which is the water cycle. Now, before I move any further in this presentation, I want to do a quick recap. For this activity, you'll need a piece of paper and something to write with, or you can use your phone or another mobile device. Now, I'm going to go through these questions and feel free to take as much time as you need to answer them. The first question is, what are the 4 steps of the water cycle? The second question is, what are some key terms, words, or a process you remember? And finally, what kinds of bodies of water is surface runoff collected from? Furthermore, here's another activity you can feel free to do. Compare and contrast. In this activity, you have a Venn diagram presented in front of you. In each part of the Venn diagram, there's 2 questions. The first is, what is unique about these 4 processes? And the second one is, what is different about these 4 processes? Now, something that combines those 2 questions together is the question in between the Venn diagram that says, what is similar between these 4 processes? Now, like we did in the activity before, I want you to use whatever you have on hand to write down your answer and take a few minutes and think about how exactly are these processes unique, or how are they different from one another, and what is similar between all of these processes. Now, before I move any further into this presentation, I wanted to give a visual depiction of what the water cycle looks like. In this image, you can see the different 4 steps we talked about, some processes, some key terms and words, and where exactly might the water cycle take place. Following that, I want to say a huge thank you to anybody who took the time to view my presentation, and I hope you had a fun time learning about the water cycle.